you can be the best athlete in the gym, but what happens when you go and you get on the field?
You go to a different gym in a different country where people train differently, where they fight fucking bears.
Yeah, or you wrestle someone like Khabib Nurmagomedov that literally wrestled bears when he was a kid. You want to understand why he mauls people? Well, maybe because when he was 7, he's wrestling a bear.
And you ain't a bear, so
Yeah.
And it's in music and production. There's this thing known as gear acquisition syndrome. It's the same thing in any technical field,
Photography,
videography,
the
any
same
of that
way.
stuff. Where it's like, ooh, if I just had this lens, if I just had this plug-in, and I think what I'm realizing is in this entrepreneurship
I just had
shit,
this table. Oh my.
yeah, all my problems will be solved. And what I'm realizing is in these circles, because I've never been one to spend time thinking there was even any value in trying to go and talk to all the other people, because I'm like, what the fuck that got to do with what the fuck I got going on? I'm like, you know what I'm saying? But I'm seeing that there are people and there's this joy of talking about it. And that's what fulfills these people. So same way that somebody would spend maybe 8 hours going through forums, learning about the newest fucking lens instead of actually going out and shooting something, editing something down, making a piece of music. You got people who want to spend more time on LinkedIn, repurposing, using AI machines to draft what is their thought when all they did was go pull some article from a different website, plug it into this goddamn AI generator, spit it back out, and they can spend all day long. They spend 3-4 hours a day listening to these goddamn podcasts, and I listen to all these audiobooks, but they don't do shit.
Yeah, they become like, I don't know. I'm gonna figure out a term and put it on a T-shirt. But they're individuals playing in theory land. I mean, you're listening to every source of information on real estate or money or business building, or you're blowing Gary Vee 24 hours a day, and even Gary Vee will tell you to stop doing that. If you have so much time that you can listen to hours of my content, you're not working enough.
Bruh, fact. I've seen everything you've ever put out. Whoa, that's a fucking problem.
That's a big problem because he drops so much stuff every day. There's 27 people on his team working on it. So I don't know. I think it's telling when individuals are doing that. It's not to say that I haven't been there in my life, talking about ideas. But I think at some point I realized that, hey, because I don't have a net, I don't have a massive savings account chilling, and I do have bills, and I do have a car note, and I've intentionally put some things into place where I don't have the ability to skate. I cannot just sit on my ass, regardless of me wanting to sometimes. I do not have the capability to do that. I've put measures in place that require me to procure funds. But it's actually been one of the most beneficial things that I could have done, because it's forced me to get out of theory land and to then prioritize, hey, I've got to work in, or I've got to work on, or, hey, this is breaking. I've got to make sure that I have a solution that can fix.
That's the only way you can really begin to diagnose and run through the debug process, is to actually have some code, is to actually put something out there that does break, that does fail, and that whole idea of success-loving speed. Well, there's some unfortunate, potentially inconvenient truths that come along with that success-loving speed. It also means that, that success is on the other side of those L's. So when you're moving quickly, you're going to hit a lot of L's, perhaps in rapid succession.
Yep.
And many people don't really know, or they have not tested themselves to see if their resolve can withstand something like that. The first time something doesn't go your way, how flustered do you get? Do you give up? Second time, and each successive L might actually be a bigger, more impactful L than the first one.
Yeah.
Where you might get to a point and be like, fuck, I got to redo half of this. Or this idea is not viable, or I got to completely change who I'm sourcing XYZ through, whatever. But it was just something on my spirit, man. Sometimes I always prefer if we can leave people with actual solutions and remedies, but the only solution is just to jump, my nigga. Like, stop playing in theory land. You got a goddamn lifetime pass. You can always get back into theory land for free. But there are very special windows in time where you can actually jump into the real, where you can go to Zion and not sit in the Matrix. You can always go back to the Matrix and get your fake steak. But if you have a lovely life that you love in Zion, now you won, bruh.